Just a little stimmy pack. We just gonna be talking today, dropping some tunes. Just a little show today. Not too long, not too much. You already know what it is. Shout out to everybody that support us. Come in, join live. Tell everybody that the notorious ones, them young gunners, is on here now. We here to take over. We have fun. We've been running on the Podbeam world for probably about 6 days now. We've been making a way, some positive, some negative. But at the end of the day, we gonna be us, and we always gonna have our own opinions, and we always gonna be true to how we feel everything. So let's just open it up to just introduce who we is. My name Relly, aka Relly, aka Gay. No, I'm just playing. Relly, aka Relly Sosa, aka Relly Ain't No Good. I'm live from Michigan, you heard? Just a young guy trying to make his way. I'm 28, you did. Grew up on the north side of town, grew up on the south side of town, grew up on the east side of town, everywhere where we from. Came up, Pops was locked up, Mom's raised me and my brother. We struggled, we came through it all, you know what I mean? And through it all, I found my way of being a young man in society. I found my way of turning my pain into beauty. What's up, Goldie? Much love to you. You know what I mean? But I'm just a young guy out here striving, doing what I need to do. And this is my big cousin Mike, man. We've been linked up. We'll tell you more about our history together, but I'm going to throw it to Mike just to let you know who he is.
It's your boy, your rich Uncle Mike, formerly known as Mikey back in the day. We out here, man. We just chilling, trying to give y'all some shit from a different perspective, from our eyes to y'all, we giving game and we listening and we receptive to all, and just got some dope shit coming y'all way. Just be on the lookout. Make sure y'all share us, and y'all gonna see a lot more of us.
Yeah, don't take what we say personal, man. We straight shooters. We come straight from the heart and the mouth. We talk a lot of game.
Don't get emotional.
Don't never get emotional.
That's a big thing here. Don't get emotional in here.
Don't get emotional. Don't call up being emotional. Don't be in the comments being emotional. Just be cool, be strong, and don't let it hurt you, man. It is what it is, man. We having fun. We gonna joke around. We gonna do what we gonna do. We gonna kick game. We gonna laugh. We gonna tell jokes. Sometimes it's gonna get heated, but at the end of the day, everybody gonna be able to get their point across, and we gonna laugh about it at the end, whether it get heated or not.
Fact.
But just going back, this show gonna be about sports. It's gonna be about the hottest fashion. It's gonna be about hot topics amongst finances, financial literacy. It's gonna be about helping women overcome a lot of their issues with men. Also helping some of the young men on their issues with women. Just our experience. We don't know it all, but we done been through a lot. So we got some game and some experiences from mistakes, from successes, from just analyzing life and going through life and going through motions. So you're going to get a lot of game from this show. You're going to get some laughs from this show. We're going to go back and forth against each other. So we just wanted to give y'all a little something before we drop next week. You know what I mean? We just keeping everything under wraps, just coming up with some ideas and figuring it out. We perfectionists, so we just don't like to do anything. Like when it come to dressing, we don't leave the house until we done analyze it. When it come to making plays and getting money, we don't never sign the dotted line. Or we always overthinking it. Not overthinking it, but we'll second guess it just to make sure it's right or double check it. That's just our personality. So we just want to give y'all a little sauce, a little game, a little different perspective. We've been hearing everybody on the Podbeam, and we appreciate everybody, but we also see that it's a lane and it's a lane and a niche for a whole different vibe that ain't going on. So we're gonna get into some topic. But you know what I've been tripping on, man? This young Chop, man. Young Chop been fooling out here, man. What you think of Chop, Mike?
He tweaking. I just seen some shit with him saying he was trying to talk regular, telling people he ain't crazy and he not broke, and after him being released from jail after I think they arrested him on what the fuck was the charges?
Reckless conduct.
Something, reckless conduct, something like that. Because he was able to get out literally within a few hours. He was able to make bail. So, I don't know what I don't know where it came. It's crazy. It came from nowhere though. I was trying to put it with shit like Uzi dropped. He had Keith on the album. Motherfuckers was back dicking Keith. I'm thinking because he just come out of nowhere and just the people he even doing it was just weird. And I think it all started from when he was on there with Gilly. I think that's what it all started from. Because Gilly had him on there cutting up and opened him up. And Gilly, a nigga like us, he was opening him up. And then he was talking about Philly niggas. And he was like, I ain't going for that, Chop. Now, come on, Chop. And we got to talking about other niggas from Atlanta and all over. So, I don't know what that boy on.
Man, that boy full
right now.
Yeah, I don't think he got the right people.
I don't got no reputable sources to tell me if he good, because I ain't heard nobody tapping in with him that's like, I know for sure that's good. Like they, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. I ain't heard nobody like, like he straight, he just wooty woo. Ain't nobody came on and said that for him yet. So I don't know yet.
I definitely don't think it's a 6ix9ine situation. I do think people seen that blueprint, but I also think people seen that blueprint, seeing that was it doesn't last. That's a quick rise to the top and a hard drop to the bottom. You know what I mean? I think people seen that playbook ain't really a playbook you want to touch, because it comes with some circumstances and a lot of things you don't want to have to go through, whether it be
especially when you're still moving regular.
Exactly, when you're moving regular. So I think
it's like, did you see the when he did that shit? Somebody did pull up and blow at him. And that's why he even went to jail, because the Uber driver called the police.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
first of all, the nigga doing hits in a motherfucking Uber. And you like 300, 400 pounds, you doing hit, you running around a nigga hood.
With a big block.
Come on, man.
He jumped out with the AK, I think. Like
you jumping out with a stick. You ain't even got a pole on.
Like, is he good? Like,
is I'm saying, like, no.
Off his meds?
Whenever you running through another nigga hood looking for him, like my mama and my grandma, my people always tell me, don't never go looking for trouble. Now, if somebody got beef, you got smoke. You know what I mean? You handle that when the time comes, you know what I mean? But don't go look for it. Don't go seek it. You go seek the drama, then it's going to come to you, you know what I mean? You want to play with the heroes, lie with the heroes, you know what I mean? That's what people don't be understanding. Because niggas ain't out here playing. People ain't out here playing, man. It's a new time. Little niggas blowing at people for words and for females and for whatever. So, niggas willing to go to prison and die for their pride or whatever may be the case, you know what I mean? So you start to see that and you like, damn. And then you add fame. I think also we got to look at it when you add fame to a nigga from the streets in the hood, how does it do them psychologically? I mean, we analyze these pop stars, we analyze these rock and roll people, but you never analyze how it's going to do for somebody that been in poverty and, been subjected to violence and drug abuse and all that, and then they get the money, and all we do is perpetuate the lifestyle, and we never really fix the mental lapses or the things we go through as people. We never really fix them. You know what I mean? We just let the money cover us. And then what we keep doing is dumb stuff, and then after that, can't nobody govern you. Once you got a bag, can't nobody say nothing to you, because the mentality of a lot of these young kids, exactly, because I got more money than you. So people don't want to hear. The reason why these people sit here, because a lot of these young niggas don't even want to hear Jay-Z, but the reason they got to is because he got more money than them. Mm-hmm. So even if you don't like Jay-Z or not, he got more money than you. So on the surface, people gonna be like, you better listen to him. But when it comes to a nigga that don't have that type of money or pool, or don't got that type of legacy or that type of impact, it ain't none of that. That's why now they won't listen to the local garbage man. They won't listen to the mailman, because Lil Daedrian over there got 20 bands. Lil Tommy over there got 50 bands. Lil Jalen got 20, 30 bands. And they little niggas in the hood doing whatever they want to do, making it shake.
And you can see
and it's quick.
They doing shit
and it's
with
tangible.
It, with it,
instant gratification, exactly. Right. Moving around with it. It's a different lifestyle. It's a different vibe. So, you know what I mean? I think with him, he looking at, like you said, Keith.
And that make I want that factor easier for a nigga that's doing shit that's obtainable. Anybody can go get a bag. So it's like that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Go and I think Chop, though.
Oh yeah, I think what hurt niggas too is Chop was at a status where he was the hottest producer, at least the top 3 producer. If you say 2012 to 2014, 15, Chop was a top 5 producer, right? So the ascendant to him and Keith in pop culture, not just rap culture, them ascending to pop status and putting them on certain levels with Kanye remixing the song. You got 2 Chainz on songs. You know what I mean? They started to get, he had 50 Cent, Keith had people in his pocket, and Chop had a sound that had impacted music, and it started being the sound of music for a minute because drill had started to take over for a minute. But as time grew on and drill died, Chop, who was an instrumental sound in drill, he died also with it, because sometimes when you that producer of that specific sound, you die out with the sound. If you don't make any music that transcends, reinvent or transcend to the next generation, because you was at a like people put you in a time capsule pocket, like you was hopped in, but like now exactly, you really on the clock, and producers got to keep reinventing themselves. Look at Metro. Metro keeps reinventing himself. You know what I mean? Like you look at Southside, he keep reinventing himself, whether it be due to being around the metros and the different people or whatever, but certain producers is keeping their sound up and they staying on hot songs. Hit Boy staying around. You see, what's my man that did Jay-Z record? The big, not Boy Wonder, Drake dude. He stays keeping the beat 40. So it's like you gotta, if you want to be one of these producers, that's one of these big name producers and that's keep going over, you got to keep moving with the time and the sounds. You can't stick to your sound that got you where you at 6-7 years later. And I think Chop just feeling the effect of somebody who's not in favor, not popular in music right now.
Exactly.
So I think that's really
getting the credit with this grime shit popping off, with them re-rocking and shit.
Exactly.
Talking about it again, he feeling some type of way. So I think it's a combination of all of that. And when them niggas from Chicago, they moms died, them niggas whose moms was like pivotal in their life, they be fucked up. Just like Kanye, his mom was pivotal. He was always a little crazy, but after she was gone, he was gone all the way. So
exactly,
that shit really do be like that.
And words from the OG Chicago OG JoJo Capone, he said that due to him knowing associates and certain family ties, of Chop been in and out of mental facilities since a kid. So some of this stuff be stemming before fame and stemming before you get money and success, and if not dealt with correctly, can cost you and be vital in your new life and you trying to be successful. So I think he just going through it, but damn, he like niggas don't just run. You ain't running around in niggas hoods. I seen him drop a Glock in the store with flip flops and people finna call the police. So it's definitely something wrong with him. But I don't know. It's like is people really letting him do all this and all this crazy shit, and then it's like it ain't really never nobody around. He ain't got no friends, none of that. So it's like it do seem like Buddy is bugged out, you know.
Definitely.
Shout out to Chop though, man. We hope you the best, man. We hope you get your mental together though, man. But you can't be out here fooling like that, bro. You can't.
Fooling with the doors open.
You fooling with the doors open doing what, man? You big as a motherfucker running around here trying to get down on motherfuckers.
And then somebody really blow your ass down. And it look like when you be doing them lives, there's nobody with you. There's nobody around.
Exactly. You gonna be sopping up a lot of bullets, nigga. You gonna be sopping up a lot of bullets in your system. You keep playing. It's not a game out here. Niggas ain't playing around, and niggas ain't playing about niggas. You know, especially niggas that have made impacts in their
older
hood.
Niggas, exactly.
Yeah,
OGs,
like 21 Savage. Regardless how you feel, there's some nigga out there that probably killed for 21 Savage because of how 21 done changed his life, whatever. So it don't really take you to be from no savage place in no hood. All it takes is somebody that mean a lot to you, or you mean a lot to them, or whatever may be the case. They gonna get down on you for playing with their investment or playing with the person that changed their life. You see what happened when niggas play with Drake, because Drake got an infrastructure of real gangsters around him. So anytime you really trying to play with him,
from any way, some shit gonna happen.
Anyway, some shit can happen to you.
Remember how they did, what was it, Moji?
Moji.
Ain't that his name?
Yeah.
They whooped the skin off of him and took it because he was complaining about that dance, thinking he was owed like some crazy amount of money and shit. Man, they whooped this, almost killed that.
Even boy. Diddy had to check back in after the whole, everybody be like, oh, Diddy slept, but then he had to apologize. Jay Prince and
had to apologize. And he said, I don't want no problem with that man.
Exactly. They don't be having problems with Baby and Jay Prince and all. Because when it's real gangsters and real niggas involved or whatever, just in the music business or whatever, they're going to protect their investment. People from the street or whatever may be the case. So if that's their investment, that's why even the Pusha T and Drake battle, you see kind of done halted because street figures jumped in and say, hey, this is over with before this gets to levels and places.
And then Drake shifted the whole... He shifted the whole weight of things with what Pusha tried to put on him with the Baby shit. He shifted that shit, and now look at him. For that week when he posted that shit with his baby and his kids, he had people dropping pictures of them and their kid and their oldest kid. Like, come on, man. He had niggas going crazy. Like,
exactly. Hey, Rich, is Drake the most resilient rapper in rap? Because when I look back at it, I don't know how many rappers could have survived the shit that Drake went through. You get what I'm saying? When you look at Drake,
even when he first started, when he was like, he was lame as dog shit. He was trying to find his like, his self, his look, his everything, man.
Hey, remember Gay Man Face Drake? Remember Gay Man Face Drake? Rosary Drake. He was trying to find his vibe, the grassy Drake, awkward Drake. Yeah, but that was Drake was making the best. That was the best music though, because I remember a part of Drake allure and a part of Drake popularity was his nerdiness, his wittiness, and his vulnerability. So him being confident and open with being a little corny was cool, because we had just got out of a time where we were so ultra aggressive and it was all about being a tough guy and a street guy. And him and Kanye was like, well, Kanye is the godfather, Drake is the heir to that throne of being sensitive, and he took it to even a different level where Kanye still boisterous and he was outspoken and he would break down in certain aspects. Drake was more introspective in life, relationships, but also could give you it from a spiteful point of view or from a vulnerable point of view. So how you feel about his resilience? And we can even go down the line of everything he faced, because he's been facing shit since he came in the game.
Man, since he came in, like, he ain't never, like, you gotta think, he had to get over his first hump, that whole actor trying to rap shit. Like, he had to even get over that. Like, and he wasn't, you motherfuckers gotta remember, not only actor rapping shit, and he from Canada. Like, he had, like, hella shit up against him. It ain't like he no nigga from over here that, you know what I'm saying? He was on a fucking TV show, so he had already had exposure. So he had literally had to start all over for people to start fucking with him on some rap shit. Because when I first heard him, I didn't know that was who that was. Or ain't no telling how I would have probably looked at it at that point. So it's like, it's good I heard it like just a voice at first. And then I was like, oh, that's who dog is type shit. So it wasn't that, like, me listening, like, oh, this the nigga that was in the wheelchair. And I probably would have been looking at it different, because I seen him as lame as fuck on that show. I ain't even gonna lie.
Hey, in that show, he wasn't, like, he was the token, like, nigga. Like, he was the token vanilla wafer, the little bit of color they had. So he was really like like if he was on a basketball team, he was a 3 option. Like, he was trying to be hip part of the show, but the show wasn't really about that. That was just giving it a little culture, because, you know, Toronto, I visited, it do got culture. They cultured a bit. But, you know, he wasn't no main dog or nothing on there either, which I think helped his rap career, where he wasn't too big, where people knew him for that. Because most people, if you didn't know, because that was a Canadian show. So you had to be watching Noggin, you had to be watching a different vibe to even find it. So everybody didn't know who he was until, you know, later on. But yeah, I definitely think that helped him, you know what I mean, just him being just real and open and raw, because that So Far Gone mixtape was the pinnacle, you know what I mean? Like, for me, for the opiates and not what we got caught, you know, Drake done made out here. But to me, that was just the pinnacle of that emo hip hop, where it was going, because you had Kanye taking somewhere with 808s and Heartbreaks, and you had Drake come with, you know, that, and that just boom, and that exploded. You know what I mean? And that album was so different, and it was a vibe, and it captured a time. Like, people can remember where they was at when So Far Gone was in rotation, and the songs like Best I Ever Had and Say What's Real. And hey, speaking of that, don't ignorant shit, you know what I mean? All that. Speaking of all that, like, I seen him through a 10-year anniversary Instagram blog thanking everybody. And I thought it was crazy to think, like, damn, this nigga done been on 10 years.
Already, and he's still going crazy. And he ain't had like a light year since. Like, he been going, like, he literally been going crazy. Because he always knew, like, he realized, like, when he came in, like, damn, like, my sound changed the whole sound. So I'm going to make sure I keep my ear to what's new and be able to, when it's reinvent myself with it. That's all he do. Whatever the newest shit is here, get on it and put his shit on it, and boom, you hearing him again with
Exactly.
the newest shit. So it's like he keep himself
Exactly.
around so that when he drop his shit, y'all ready for it again. Cause he been out.
Exactly.
He been out, but he haven't been out because he been on other people's shit or just dropping little freestyles and visuals and shit. Like he got the shit sewed up.
The Drake strategy been crazy.
Drake run his shit like how the actors, the comedians, how they run their shit. He run his shit just like that, but on some rap shit, and that's why he not like everybody else, because everybody else can't even say they don't even got it like that to run their shit like that. Nah. This nigga just cashed the OVO jet, nigga. Like that bitch big as fuck. Like he ain't
even have to pay for that, man. They just
that's your shit though. And anything you do on that to move around with you and your artists, like you cutting costs there, like you making your shit a big business. So it's like that's kind of what he's doing. That's why he separate himself from everybody else. And with him, it ain't about his other artists popping real hard. They popping on some in they city type shit and on their own scale. So it's like
they still Party and Rihanna got the number 23 song on Billboard right now. So you know he a fixture. Yeah, he don't have like TDE where it's viable stars or notable artists, but his artists have made impacts.
People. He got producers. He got you know what I'm
Boy Wonder. I think Vinyl's down with it. Maybe the white dude. I don't mean to you say white dude, but I can't remember his name. He make all them hot beats over there for the murder beats and all them.
He done made his fucking the hour a household logo for him.
He's made that an imprint in hip hop. You can't deny that now. Like that's
when you see
that's going in there. Yeah, for certain.
Like he can make like his own brand and then just have that and it'll be straight because it's like it done been around so long. Like it's like that.
Who had the biggest impact in the last 10 years? Drake, Cole, Kendrick. And rank them.
I would say consistency had to go to Drake. Like on across the board, like you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And mine, I would say Drake, and then I have to go Kendrick, then Cole.
Yeah,
it's like you know what I'm saying. Like Cole, they look at him how they look at them, but when you put them all together, he not. You know what I'm saying? That's where he fall to me. If you using them three,
Cole is Klay Thompson. Cole is Klay Thompson.
Cole is basically what he looked now. He got like a mainstream big cult following type of shit.
Yeah.
That's how I look at him. And then Kendrick, he got everybody, but he only pop in and pop out when he want to, and he coming a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you already know him. He coming with crazy visuals. He winning grams. He doing this type of shit, whatever. But it's just you're not gonna see him all the time. He not gonna be popping on the latest shit with people. He gonna be gone for 3 years and you ain't gonna see him on shit. No, he ain't. You know what I'm saying? None of that. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's just different. But as far as like consistency, always standing around, and still you can say he the number one nigga out of all them. Just him, Drake. You got to. You can't even like fuck around and you know what I'm saying. Say nobody else because ain't nobody else doing that with all the facts and everything on paper. It's none you if you got your shit any other way, that's because one of them niggas you like them more than the other. That's all that's about.
That's what I think too.
I don't even really care for Cole, but it's like I know his impact, what he did. I know how motherfuckers look at him. I know if he drops something, I know what it's gonna do. Like so, it's like that's how I look at that shit. Like,
yeah, I we Drake fans, so you know I mean that's nothing new. But we don't see the bias, you know. I mean, we not biased to it. So if Kendrick or Cole have more, see this where it's conflicting for me at times. It's all depend on who's out because when Kendrick out, he running around doing a lot because the last run he had was a huge run. He dropped a multi-platinum album, then he dropped a multi-platinum soundtrack on the biggest black movie in the history of movies. So, you know, Kendrick, and then won the what did he win? Not the Pulitzer, but he won the that big ass award. Let's just call it that. He won like a Pulitzer or whatever he won. He won something big as fuck. So, you know what I mean? You looking at Kendrick like, damn, he becoming a superstar because I remember when Kendrick was Drake Lil homie. when Drake was bringing them on tour, him and A$AP Rocky, he speak about
it. You
know what I mean?
Remember, he was even further than that. Remember, J-Rock was the first nigga they was pushing.
Yeah, he was J-Rock.
He was the little homie. Remember, I remember I was looking at that video he had, and I'm like, who is this lame ass nigga? On the little hook or whatever, it's Kendrick Lamar, but it's like, who is this nigga, bro? And then a few years later, he the top nigga, and now everybody else gotta wait and chill, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I always peeped that because I fucked with J-Rock, so it's like I didn't even know who the fuck Kendrick Lamar was. Like, I just remember from that video that he did that I fucked with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly, because I was watching Kendrick. If you watch it, you knew Kendrick was coming for the throne because it was at a time when, okay, everybody always historically put Hov in a situation or a Nas or something, right? But let's be realistic. It was a certain point in time when, you know, hip hop, there wasn't a definitive king. I guess you might have to say it was Kanye and Hov and them had dropped Watch the Throne and Blueprint 3 and my beautiful twisted dark, you know what I mean? So he, you know, Ye had dropped that. So Ye had the game in a chokehold, and then it was time for some new blood. So then you had Drake, Kendrick, and Cole coming all in 2010 to 2011. You know what I mean? So you had Drake who had Lil Wayne, which, I'm sorry, it was Kanye. You would have to say Kanye, Lil Wayne at that time were the kings in music at the time of hip hop music especially between 05 and 10. So in that period they ran it, but with Drake being Lil Wayne, little homie, Kendrick coming from the West, Cole coming under Hov, they all coming from sections where they building up under the people that's already kind of the hottest people, or at least the most influential people in music. You see Drake get on due to the mixtape and the cult followings. You see Cole have a cult following. You see Kendrick's ascendance in his cult following when he dropped Section 80. So you see as music started progressing into more of that emo introspective hip hop music, kind of back to that, and it still had that club feel, the vibe, the bounce of the 09, the 10, 11 period. You see that Drake stepped out with the pop hits. Boom, he stepped out large. So then Cole come out, but Cole was struggling with finding commercial hits. But he always had.
He had like a different, like,
he
had like his own kind of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was just his own type of nigga. He wasn't like the street nigga. He was like, he wasn't the Kanye nigga. He was like in between there. Like he was like.
He the nigga that like from the hood, but he ain't really doing too much more than probably selling a little bit of weed. You know what I mean? He might have done sold an 8-ball here and there. He probably done hit a, you know what I mean, stole a bike. Yeah. He probably did some light shit, but he's still going to school and hooped, and you know what I mean? He really might be just around the nigga, chill, laid back nigga, you dig? You know. So, you know, as you start seeing them trickle up, you see Drake take off, boom. Then you see Cole catch, you see Kendrick catch. But as you start to see, like you said, I see Cole fit a pocket. It's never really been a time when Cole been above Kendrick or Drake, so he was pretty much in his own pocket, but the pocket exceeded expectations, and he got to a level where he on a playing field. You know what I mean? So he was in his pocket, but Kendrick and Cole wanted that one spot. They was doing shit like Kendrick started dropping when he dropped To Pimp a Butterfly and all that shit. He started to take it to a next level, take it to the game.
And they should have known he was on one when he did Big Sean like that on Control, because
and that's my point. What I was gonna get to.
That threw niggas
when
off guard.
When he dropped Control, man, I remember listening to that at your mom's house, man. I remember listening to that shit at your mom's house in the back room, and remember we was like, he going that nigga's neck. And that's when I knew he wanted the game, and Drake looking like Drake got upset and kind of emotional. I got disappointed because I'm like, damn, you what you expect him to want to do? Be
like he really in this? He ain't really in it for the like. You got to think the money gonna come, but he really in it for the shits, like to be the top nigga. Like,
and Sean, you from Michigan, but you got smoke, my nigga. You just had to handle that. I don't know what little weird shit y'all had going, and I don't
even know how y'all even allowed him to do that, or how, like, why would you even? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you do some shit like that, send him the beat and have him send his shit back. Exactly. How you gonna be complete? And then, like, man, come on, bro.
That ain't even make no motherfucking sense.
That didn't make no sense at all. That had him look, that's what had him.
Get your ass smoked like that.
Basically, that's what had him looking crazy for a minute. Like, he had did
that. He looking goofy, man. But he a whole nother story. We'll talk about him on the podcast. He from the Dirty Glove. We'll talk about him on the official.
Exactly.
But But yeah, going back to that, when that Control verse hit, I heard that, and then when Drake had the ghostwriting shit, you see, he didn't really too much indulge in it, but he
In
surfaced
no way,
around
he
it.
didn't kind of like even
No,
like try to give you examples. Like, come on, man, like wooty wooty woo, like. You know, I brainstorm with people. He didn't try to give you none of that. He just kind of left it where it lie and just,
yeah.
you know, whatever,
And
whatever.
Kendrick left it where I say too is Kendrick left it alone. He didn't really go in and use it. He just ascended and
Yep.
started going. And when he started going, it was what it was. And then lyrically, he was out of this world. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got to give it to him. Do I always like his music? Nah. You know what I mean? But you
He
know,
be saying
Kendrick, I
some
can
shit.
respect him. He be saying some shit. You got to give it to him. Whatever, whatever. But you could just see him now. They at a point now where they all 10 years in the game. They got classic projects. They got classic songs. They multi-platinum, multi-millionaires, award winners. Now they in the next phase. They in that,
Yeah.
you know, now they doing entrepreneur shit, and now they owning music, and now they putting on people. But who gonna, you know, now we gonna see who gonna run it out for the next 10. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because and now, you know,
Like,
and be consistent. And right now, you know, Drake done already showed, boom, he the first one dropped 2020. He still dropping shit. You know, single-wise, I know he ain't dropped a project, but Drake still on the hottest songs. He collaborating. Like he said in his interview, man, he really do that rap shit, though. Like, he keep his finger on the pulse, man. Like, he knows what's going on in the culture.
and did you see when he was just, he was on live with Joe Budden, he popped on there for a second, and he was like, yeah, I ain't about to do this with you right now, but he said, I'm gonna do an interview with you. We gonna talk when the album drop. And Joe was like, what do you mean? I got 30 Drake songs, leaked Drake songs, right? He said, that shit's old. He said, that shit's old. I got some new shit coming. And just like, you know what I'm saying? He said, I ain't about to do this with you now, though, because it's just too much and it's gonna get too crazy. He said, but when the album, I'm about to drop the album, I'm gonna definitely sit down and talk with you. And he got out of it. I was surprised, like he popped in and like, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how them niggas be going back and forth, so.
Yeah, I think Drake was smart. When all that was going on, he kept making good music. He persevered. He battled through niggas, and then now he coming back around and he rectifying a lot of situations that got out of hand.
He turned that like that.
And but also he saying fuck you to certain. He's saying fuck you to certain people and leaving them where they at. Like, I don't know if him and the Nicki relationship will ever be the same again. You can tell that
it don't matter now.
is a
She
strange
no shit.
Yeah, that's true. She ain't really hit no shit.
And you gotta think. But look though, she done put an asterisk by her name by fucking with Dog. Like that's because it's like that took her somewhere else with her fans. Like you know what I'm saying? Like first your brother is being involved in some rape shit and you paying his lawyer, supporting this. Now you done went and found a nigga that got similar charges and you marrying this nigga? Like, come on, bro. You on some Nick shit.
Nick out of control, man. Nick out of control.
She done got hit with that pressure, bro. Like, cause when Cardi B blew up that quick, had a baby, and did all of that, and still was able to snap back, and like she thinking like, damn, I could have did that years ago, but that wasn't hot when she was on the come up. What was hot then is not having no kids and staying on the road and doing shows and doing your shit, not having nothing to slow you up. Like that's what it was about then. Now you scrambling trying to do that because you ain't the golden rap no more as far as females, and you don't have no family, you don't have no none outside of this. So it's like you fucked. And it's making you do nut shit. Like she just was just doing goofy shit, bro. Like, I can't even believe it though. That's like, why would you even? You should know you're gonna be controversial as fuck if you fuck with a nigga like that. Like, come on, bro. That's like if a famous rapper that got millions fucking with this bitch that just got caught a few months ago stealing from the mall. They gonna be looking at him crazy. Like, what's wrong, bro?
What did you owe your some shit?
That's all you can find. Like, come on, bro. Like Nicki found him because. What we be talking about? Them women that like niggas they can control. What was Safari? A nigga she could control. She told him what to do. Safari, stay in the background. You my backup nigga. You hold the bag. We whatever behind the scenes, but you know, on live when shit is cracking, you is just whatever you is and be quiet. That's what she want. Cause she can't be with none other than that. Or
Cause Nas and Meek wasn't going for it. Nas and Meek,
they wasn't.
Maybe for a minute. Yeah, maybe for a minute, but they ain't going for it. Cause they was niggas with something. It's different when they got their own shit and their own career.
They can't be, you know,
control
equal with a man that got the same or more because it's like, damn, like that can't control this nigga.
Like, I could go get on a jet and bounce on your ass. I don't gotta be, you know what I mean? Like When niggas got that type of behavior, when they got their own bag, their own Bentley outside, their own business, their own tour,
what you talking about don't even mean nothing.
Nah,
like,
you know what I mean? And you know that's what that
she
came
just scrambling,
down to.
Man. I've been
watching
her little decline.
Yeah. I mean, I think she just because the young people and them overseas people still be putting on a lot of songs and pop. But I think like anybody, like just over time, and it just seemed like with female rap. They only fuck with them for so long. Like, let's go back in the history book. Salt and Pepper had a little nice run. You would probably say, like, Pusha was 87, right? And the last probably big hit somebody was probably hollering at them about was, like, What a Man or something maybe later.
Yeah.
But it was probably about 95, 6 on the real big hit side of them being a real viable hip-hop act because music started to change and it was more fresher sounds and whatever. But then you look at
it. If you're not going with the times, you kind of get
exactly
left where you was at.
Look at it, and then you got the other female rappers. You usually had they like even the ones that they go back in time in the '80s and shit. They had like one record. They had like like JJ Fad. They might have a legendary song, but it's not like a long body of work. You never really seen a female put in 10 years and 10 albums and just and then also you never seen women be bosses in music. Like the artists don't never come and like start a label. Like Queen Latifah spent it and turned it into something else for herself and went into acting.
Exactly.
She didn't really make no label. She didn't come back. She left hip hop. She used hip hop for what it was and kept going and went to newer heights, which nothing wrong with that. But you just look at the longevity of women rap. They got probably
it's just like a
1 to 3 year window. Nigga. Yeah, a 1 to 3 year window because women only hot for a certain pocket. If it's a sex pocket, like a Trina had a nice run too, maybe a 5 or 6
just like I was trying
to
tell motherfuckers. You gotta think the City Girls is not gonna have a 5-year run. That just type of
JT derailing they shit kind of fucked them up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying as far as like them hoes gonna get older. They're getting older. They're getting
and they might grow up, and their music gotta grow up.
Some of them might grow up exactly. So it's like, what else you gonna have for us? Like,
cause I can't twerk forever though, and that's what I think the girls now they don't be putting no message.
Just think of Uncle Luke. You couldn't have did that forever. That time where that time you couldn't have. That's for a certain time, and that time that it's like when you putting out music, you want it to be for everybody, like not just for a certain time or certain specific event. So it's like, unfortunately, that's how it's like they box they shit.
For a time period, for a Freaknik period, for when beach parties, and it's just whatever's going on in that era, that time. Sometimes some music is a soundtrack. It's so popular, it's the soundtrack to what's going on. Is it necessarily good music? No. Do you want to sit up and listen to Uncle Luke music and you just in the couch smoking? No, you want to. If you listen to Uncle Luke, you want to see some cheeks clapping. That's the only time you want to hear Luke.
Old parties in Miami when everybody, all the hoes have the same type of bathing suits.
Exactly.
Running around going nuts.
With the meats clapping everywhere. You thinking of that Dominican girl with the blonde hair with the yellow thong
with
and
the hoop earrings,
with the hoop earrings and the gel in her hair, with the bow leg walking, with the meats in them 90s videos, man. Stop
and you gotta
playing.
think, it's crazy now that you think about it. All of them females that'd be out there, like nobody had phones or nothing. Everybody was just vibing and like you couldn't be looking down. You had to be engaging in something. You talking.
Them women was gamed up, or they wasn't even talking to you. They'd be like, you ain't big. Next.
Yeah, facts.
Even the shy girl
out the way.
Yeah, you couldn't just be in your phone, and that's why they parties was more live, and it was a better vibe. It was cool. It was they didn't do all that. You don't have a whole party full of people on their phones, and that's what made it so just and real and fun.
You would have to be, and it's the crazy part. Like even back then, like Uncle Luke, that type of shit. You would have to be there because the videos that would be made, you wouldn't even be able to see them unless you knew somebody that was there that was recording one.
Exactly.
Them bitches ain't gonna go up the next morning. You get to see what happened at the Uncle Luke Fest. You have to be there. Or you can see a video fucking 10 years later or something somebody had in their basement because they, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's a nigga somewhere. It's a nigga somewhere in the middle of Atlanta, old nigga that got your auntie and your mom
busting it wide open. I got pictures.
Busting it wide open at Freaknik in '93. Somebody got your mama. Somebody had your mama going off in the back seat of the 96 Impala at Freaknik. You know what I mean? So it's like the memories and the time you had to be there, which probably would save a lot of us a lot of trauma and pain.
Yeah,
we don't need to see all that and know all that.
You can't revisit it. You can't you can just, it's a memory. Like motherfuckers can actually go, like if you had a fucked up day or night and it's a video recording of it, you can go see the whole shit and relive it again and have the same feelings all over again. So you literally had them feelings for the rest of your life. As long as you go see that, you'll be able to, you know what I'm saying? It's like you couldn't do that type of shit. It's just, a lot of that shit is probably why people need mental health. Fucking phones and shit. Bro, all I hear from little kids now is, I'm bored. Yeah. Bro, let me go tell an older person I'm bored when I was a kid. Get your ass out of here.
Go sit down. Nobody care about all that. You bored. What? You want to go do something? Go clean that room up back there.
It's like them having to be entertained is a necessity to them now. So that's like fucking them up to the point where now when they certain places where you are in a situation where you, without certain shit, they ain't gonna make it. Cause they need.
You know why?
Them little niggas need a tablet or phone.
We don't discipline and structure kids. We just entertain kids.
Yeah.
We get them on our face.
Take this.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Instead of sit down and read something. Sit down and come here.
Or just sit down and just listen and just
listen.
Be around. Just
be around. Or here, read this story for me real quick. And if every word you don't know,
and
circle in red.
Why you done did that for 10 years and your kids getting in fucking school and middle school and they dumb as shit and they ain't making it and shit and you whooping their ass and getting mad at them, but it's like, you made me this way, nigga. You didn't really make me do shit, but you know, gave me a tablet or phone and just let me watch whatever, and what I was choosing to watch was dumb as hell. But unfortunately, what I was watching, I'm good as fuck at that. I'm good as fuck at watching people play the video game and laugh about it, but I can't do shit else.
I can't. I'm a vegetable.
TikTok,
you know what I'm saying? TikTok, all that goofy shit. Like, that don't even be making sense.
All that dancing shit ain't even hot no more. All them dance shows, that shit over. Like, that shit dead. Niggas getting on from dancing real hard. Of course, it's still choreographers and shit out here, but that shit ain't hot no more like that. As far as 10 niggas dancing and battling and shit, that shit over.
Yeah, that over with the Rangers and all that. That's over with, man.
That shit dead. Niggas need to go.
Yeah, that's what's be going on with it. We not putting the kids in nothing that structure them, or we ain't trying to discipline them. See, I work with kids where they come from homes and places where people just give up on them, or they want to just do dope in peace and they don't want to have to deal with no kid. Blame all this on the kid and had a kid locked up in hospitals and mental shit and all that stuff. You know what I mean? You see it every day. So I see it every day at least. So I'm like, wow, and the habits they pick up and the traits and the thought process, and they can't read, and they be 12, 13, 14. You like, damn, like parents literally just had kids and feed them bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, and let them do bullshit and just buy them the nicest clothes and think that's enough. Like, think you ain't got to talk to them, game them up. Like, sometimes you got to see what type of kids you got to wake your kid up. Your kid just ain't no normal kid just because they got all that.
And it's crazy. Now that we older,
see.
And I'll be thinking about it, you know, like a lot of them little niggas who parents used to like overly like buy them shit. They parent probably was one of them people as a younger motherfucker that cared about it, what everybody thought about them, and now they want to get you everything. So it's like, look, I keep my kid fresh, but he dumber than a bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? I seen too many people like that. I remember one nigga, he used to get every single shoe that came out, every jersey, every video, anything that came out. His people was doing for him, and we got out of high school. He don't got nothing new. This nigga went from, you know what I'm saying? It's like you fuck your kid up from that. And that's when niggas be able to like, yeah, I used to have that, or I used to. It's like you setting them up for some shit they ain't gonna be able to maintain when they get older. Cause you didn't set them up with the tools to do it. You was just giving it to them. And they thinking like, damn, where this shit at again? Exactly. Nigga be 40, looking for shit like, who buying me something? Who gonna get me something? Like, that shit crazy. Like, that's lame. You failed. You didn't do nothing.
Like, I could feed you a fish, but wouldn't you rather me show you how to catch one so you can feed yourself? And that's what these kids don't have that type of ideology and mindset. They just want you to put them on, and which I think we were talking to somebody else's podcast, and they were talking about my little homie. If my little homie want to get put on, but I'm like, if your little homie got to keep getting put on multiple times by you, then you ain't really getting nowhere with him. He's just spinning in circles because you should only have to put him on one time and he take off like.
And why is you allowing him to even spin like that?
Exactly. If you see like what you should be like, okay, we did this before, so what's the problem? What happened the last time? Because you gotta fix shit. I'm not gonna just keep doing shit for you and putting you in positions and fucking up shit. Like if I buy you 500 t-shirts and you fuck that over, and then 2 years later you talking about 200 hats, I'm gonna say, well, what happened wrong with the 500 t-shirts 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago? Just let me know what went wrong and what's gonna happen new in this new endeavor. That's all I be wanting to know. So
or
the kids
need to come around here playing.
Or they need to come around. And also, just my opinion, when you first starting up shit, you cannot tax on the shit. You know what I mean? Especially if you're not no name brand, if you're not no influencer, if you ain't got no special fabric or something, you gotta start off like putting it on people first, and or unless you somebody that can put it on a rapper or something, because you want people to support, but then you want to gouge people for it to support you. But it's like that's not how you get the support. You're supposed to get the support if you want it grassroots. You really want to develop your brand. You gotta give it out to the people, because it's not like you sitting up designing clothes and making fabrics and shit. I see you if you selling that. But if you put a t-shirt and you doing that and the hats and all that shit, you gotta put that on people and make that popular. Make that something that people want to pay $60, $70 for, $80 for. You can't just come out gouging people, you know what I mean? Unless you do
when they mad,
special type of shit.
Man, you don't want to support. You don't want to, like, no, nigga, you trying to hit me over the head. You tripping.
Yeah, that's all. I'm just like,
tripping.
Yeah, like get you some shit where you can make a margin, you can make a profit, and keep growing it. You know what I mean? Keep getting better. Then come out with the hoodies, come out with the pants. It's all about the growth and the longevity. It ain't about the quick buck. Stop looking for the fast buck. Have some patience. You know what I mean? Strategize. Just like when we hopped on these power beams, I had never heard of it, but I definitely thought it was exciting and cool. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we definitely need to do that. And then when we got on there, we was like, okay, we came in with a plan. You know, I'm gonna keep the plan amongst us. Of course, you never give out your plan. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? We came up with this plan and just a way of moving, and we was like, okay, that's how you move. Okay, cool, makes sense. This how you do it. You know what I mean? You learn. You're a student of a game first before you can ever lead or master something, to be an expert at something. You gotta be a student in it. So you always gotta remember that. You know what I mean? Don't move too fast in things. You know what I mean? A lot of people moving fast, and that's what caused a lot of starting over, regressions, failures. You plateauing. You know what I mean? You gotta be innovative. You gotta be ahead of the game. You gotta be one step ahead of the competition. You know what I mean? Ahead of the curve, all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta always be studying and learning new shit, new tricks to the trade every day. Like right now, if you ain't coming out of quarantine with a new trade, new hustle, a new way of thinking, a new plan, you's a goofy. And that's plain and simple. You know what I mean? Because anybody not thinking of how to move forward after a pandemic is foolish. You gotta know what you're doing. You know what I mean? You gotta move with a certain sense of aggression when things get this bad and we face this much adversity. So I just been thinking and putting myself in better positions. I already thought, you know what I mean? I already been thinking about a lot of things I want to do. I've been putting a lot of thought into a lot of things. You know what I mean? So I've been making a lot of plans for the next 6 months to a year. And that's what you need to be doing, strategizing. Also, when you get your STEMI packs, and since the STEMI pack episode, stimulus pack out of nowhere, you know, shout out to all my people getting them stimulus packs. Shout out to my bougie chicks that's finna try to buy the inches, even though China or Indonesia ain't sending no inches probably. Shout out to my dogs trying to get them Yeezys, trying to get them J's, them Off-Whites. I know what you're trying to do. Shout out to my dogs finna go try to buy that Gucci jacket, the Gucci hoodie. Shout out to my dogs trying to get that YSL and all that. You know what I mean? That Off-White, all that. But anyways, use your STEMI pack wisely, man. Just pay your bills up. and keep you a little pocket and enjoy that little pocket. A couple $100 of enjoy it. Yeah, but pay your bills up, man, because you don't know what's really going on. You don't know when things are going to resume. You don't know if your job will ever be the same or whatever may be the case. So just put yourself in position to stay afloat. Don't do nothing stupid with it. Don't be out here flexing on nobody. And if you was doing some shady to the left, right shit, man, make sure everybody eat and put everybody in position. Don't leave nobody hanging just because you got the whole bag. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We ain't gonna disclose nothing because we don't cheese around. We don't do all that. So you already know. We was talking about that earlier. Off the mics. That we feel like people should definitely break bread if you did any type of business, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, yeah. Use your STEMI pack wisely, though. But what you gonna use your STEMI pack on if you get one?
Shit, just put it up, and shit, I'm essential. I'm still working, so all that'll be all pros. I just do what I've been regularly doing and have that just sitting and chilling. I just seen the funniest shit in the world. This nigga got a two-door Monte Carlo. Now remember Monte Carlo? He probably got like a 03 or something. He must have cleaned it up. Bro, he stood all the way back, like to the side, off, like at an angle, and he like just looking at his shit. This bitch clean, like, man, gone.
Hey, them old heads get them cars they always dreamed of, and they be shining them and admiring them.
Our oldest dog shit, like, come on,
oldest dog meat out there admiring that old thing, but they be like happy because them the cars they always dreamed of having, or that's his first little bopper in 20 years.
He washed the skin off that bitch.
Hey, old heads would have me cracking up when they be riding in certain cars. You be like, you can tell that nigga happy to be in that joint. Old heads be trying to compete, looking at you, looking at the young feelings. They be like, oh, hey. You can't tell an old head that. Then they jump out. They always got on like some dad shoes, like some K-Swiss, some thick ass shoes, and some white socks. Then they have some Dickie shorts on and a white tee with some gold on. And man, don't let no man stop it. A Kalamazoo old head hopping out on you. Come here, baby. They think they saucing in the dead. I bet he about to be dead on one today.
You know he is, bro.
Man, you already know he finna be right. He got something on the floor. That's why he said it's plain. They still think it's the 70s when you pull up to her house and she got, oh my God. Man, girls be hopping in cars, don't even care. You said what?
Yeah, it's an ugly game out here. It's nice out today. They out here when they're supposed to be in.
Man. It's so nice out, man. Shout out to the weather where we at, man, too. Where we both at. You know what I mean? Shout out, the weather's so nice out here. Hey, man, and I don't want to hear nothing about y'all talking about black people and social distancing, because right outside my door was there 15 white people all congregating around a moving truck, moving stuff, man. And they were not social distancing. They were not 6 feet, man. So I don't want to hear about it. And I don't want to see any more Instagram videos of black people being chastised and ridiculed for not social distancing, because they definitely wasn't. So I don't want to hear that. But no, I'm just playing. But I
we gonna give it up for we gonna give it up for that, brother.
Hey, it was about 15 white people. I said, damn, they out here deep. They out here Adele rolling in the deep, moving stuff. Ain't nobody had no gloves on, no mask. I'm like, damn, white people. Huh?
This white girl, you know, up on Girl Road where Mac 10 used to be?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you know that store ain't been open in years. It's a white bitch that pulled up in front of it, and she like dancing in the front of the window, and she got the mask over her mouth. I swear to God, bro. I want to record it. I bet you when I'll just go by, she gonna be there. I'm gonna record it and send it to you, bro. I swear to God, bro.
Hey, she off the dog food.
To it, bro.
She off the dog food going crazy.
Off the dog food.
Hey, since it's nice out, you know what our essentials is fly kicks, right? So, what's some of the flyest kicks out right now we can put some of the people on?
Right now,
yeah.
I got them Off-White 5s. Them bitches is bad. Like, I really want them bitches. Like, them bitches, like, Virgil going sick right now with the shit. Like,
Virgil in a whole different atmosphere.
He really is, bro, because he been just, like, he consistent with it.
Yeah, man.
And them bitches actually dope. Like, they, like, at first, when it first started, I didn't know what the fuck it was, like, Off-White. Before they started collaborating and shit, and I'm like, oh, this shit kind of dope. Like, so it's like, shit, I have to say them 5. Shit, right now, I'm trying to think what just came out recently right now. Shit. I ain't really into none of them Yeezys like that, except the 700s and and they ain't dropped no more of them. The Wave Runner's the dopest 700s. I can't think of nothing else, bro. Like, but them 5s right now, and like as far as like shit about to come out, them fucking
DMP 6s.
Yeah, they have to drop them. I want them powder blue 9s though. I want them to drop real bad. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to. But I can't think of like right now. It's like the hottest shit now. I just have to say them 5s. To me, them the hottest shit right now.
Alright, I say my top shits right now would have to be Nike Air Tempos, the Scottie Pippen with the big air dog, big air bubble dog. Air Max is going crazy this year. Air Max Day, I just went crazy. I went like 3 different pairs. Man, I wore 3 different pair of Air Maxes. I say the 720s definitely had a period. I think they kind of cooled off. But right now, the Nike React 270 is going ridiculous right now. And Travis Scott just collaborated and it's supposed to be coming out soon. But the 270 been just ridiculous on every wave of React and how it's switching up. You know what I mean? How it's just switching up. So each, you know what I mean, model is going crazy to me. So, you know what I mean? You looking at it like, damn. The Air Max then definitely done. I don't know. People get mad and say it's a controversial take, but I just feel like it's definitely done.
What is?
The Air Max that caught up to Jordan in the last couple of years is just quality and colorway.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I just feel like Air Max is going crazy. And style. So I'll say the Nike React 270. I'll say the Nike Tailwind is crazy. I got a pair of the Volt.
Because we just in a different time where like our bottoms are different. Like our joggers, our pants. So you can wear any shoe because you know what I'm saying. Usually you would have to wear certain shoes. You couldn't wear a running shoe because it didn't look right with pants because pants were so wide and fat. So now that everything like more on a fitted shit and you can like it cut off at the ankle. You can pretty much wear anything. You can wear running shoes. You can wear whatever, like, and it all, you know what I'm saying, it all flies. So it's like, it's just different now, like the, you know what I'm saying, the levels you can go with the shit.
I have to say the Dior shoes. Dior is going crazy. They got a lot of designs if you into designer shoes. Dior sneakers. The low tops, they got a few pairs that I think are dope. I think a lot of it do be hype. You know what I mean? Off of just how expensive it is and the allure just having Dior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the streets it's people in the streets out here, got Dior on. So it's like, it's definitely made its way. I remember like Dior always been around though. Like if you know fashion, if you've been know, know these big brands like, Christian Dior and, Louis Vuitton and all this like Gucci, like all this stuff been around, but when it become fashionable again in hip hop or black culture, that's when it gets recognized. And now,
and once motherfuckers start seeing they can actually get it, you gotta think when we was when we was in high school, for a fucking high school kid or anybody around popping up with some Gucci, that shit was hard. Motherfuckers wanted hit because you gotta think everybody didn't have debit cards, everybody didn't have certain shit, so everybody couldn't order shit because you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of that shit, they didn't have that shit back then, so. Like, I don't know, that shit just be different, bro.
It's different. Like, I would have to say those Off-White 5s, the sales, the red and the teal joints, those is a hot cop. I'll say the Hair 6s. That colorway is sick. I'll say the DMP.
And that look on 6s, like 6s on more sturdy shit, so.
6 is just beautiful Jordans, man. If you don't like Jordan 6s, I don't know what you talking about, because them joints is like sturdy and they just dope. And you can get fly off a jogging suit. You can wear pants with them. Like 6s is like the ultimate Jordan you can get busy with. It ain't hard to get busy off a Jordan. I mean off a 6. But I'd also have to say I like the Yeezy 350. I like the Chili's, and then I like the Oreos. Then I like the baby blue with the tan stripe through 'em. I like them joints, and I like the Wave Runner 700s. Them is the best Yeezy I've seen also. But I like
Yeah,
the
like this one, as far as like a shoe, aside from them other ones, like that's more of on whatever you want to call them. You know the ones like the what is they the 600s, like the Regos. Like that 700, like that's an actual shoe to me. Like that's a shoe. You know what I'm saying? That's like I like how that look. Like that shit, like that's dope. It got like the color scheme and everything. You can wear that with like anything.
Exactly. Yeah, them 700s is ridiculous. Them nasty in the streets. I've been looking for a pair for a minute. So if anybody know where size 15 or 14 and a half Yeezy 700 is, get in touch with me. Let me know the prices and don't gouge me and don't put me on the board, which means don't tax me. But anyway, Phone Posit just came out. I like that colorway. I gotta say Air Max 97 and 8. Like those have made a resurgence in such a crazy way. The colorway and the collab. Oh, the collabs be crazy. Starting with the spoons, then we going into the Gabrielles with the 98, the Serranos. Like you got all these collaborations and colorways that is just in 97s and 98s is just so damn sexy, and just when you put them on your feet with a fit, like they just ridiculous. I just see so many ridiculous pair of 97s and 8s. I just be proud of everybody because it be some nasty ass colorways I see sometimes. Definitely, but I've been trying to get my hand on a pair of them, and both of those, and so them both is cops, and I don't know. It looked like Dunk is making a pretty heavy resurgence to me. Like at least the lows, they got the Ben and Jerry's,
that university pack.
Yep, and then they dropped the Off Whites pack, and then they had like 3 different waves of them, and then they just dropped the Ben and Jerry's, and those looked sick. So I don't wear them per se with my foot, but those for the skateboarders, they got some shit. You know what I mean? Like, so y'all should be crispy out there too. Them dirty ass jeans and them Etnies off, man, and go get you some of them Off Whites, boy. Like if I was a skateboarder, I had an Off White song with the like crispy joggers or something. Doing something
crispy as shit, bro.
I'd be crispy as shit. Like if I was an athlete, I had like that's how we feel about shit too. Like you gotta be crispy all the time. Like yeah, like when you running around low key, you might be moving some money around or putting some money away or cashing some money or getting some groceries. You put your down shit on your low key shit, but you still clean or whatever, or you still got something on that make people look twice, you know. But you never all the way out here bummed out. You never all the way out here fucked up. You still got some.
You never know when you gonna see somebody.
Exactly, especially like you single.
You never know when you run into somebody.
I'm gonna tell y'all that single. Always be ready. Me, when I was single, I would be ready. Unless I was going somewhere where I didn't really care about what, you know, whatever. I was ready. You gotta be ready wherever you go. So when you single, just be ready and present yourself the way you want to be treated and carried. That's pretty much it, plain and simple. You know what I mean? Whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever you allow is what you permit. Is what I always tell people. So yeah, make sure you're doing that. But also, I think shoe wise, Balenciaga, the run. I think it's the runner one. Whatever one it is, the dash shoe, the triple S.
I don't
the triple S.
That motherfucker bad. Triple S, big. I don't like them.
I don't like the big ass sock. No, I don't like the Balenciaga sock joints. I like the shoe joints that the triple S joints, the dash shoes.
Yeah,
I like the dash shoes.
That one.
Yeah, I don't like any shoe with a sock on it ain't never gonna be my flea though. You know what I mean? Ain't never gonna be my sauce.
A bitch. Like if you a nigga that got them on, you's a bitch. Bitches wear socks.
Yeah, you tender leg ass nigga. Little leg ass nigga. Drumstick ass nigga. Yeah, you can't have one of them slender dog legs where you got them little Balenciagas on.
Nigga with some shorts on with some Balenciaga sock shoes. Like that look gay as hell, man.
Or them tight ass Amiris on, looking weird as a bitch. Niggas be having on some bullshit. But yeah, them the hottest shoes to me, so you know what I mean? That's how hot shoes of the day or hot shoes of the way. Hot shoes or what's going on right now. You let us know what shoes y'all be rocking with some hot shoes to y'all. Let us know what y'all like, Also, we don't bite. We know we've been real controversial figures around for the past 6 days. We don't bite. Call in if you like, If y'all got topics, questions, ask us who we is, what we got going on. No way. We know we got to build a following and we're going to have fun with this. We know just because we've been on other people's podcasts and they've been lighting up and they've been doing their thing and their numbers been going up, with shout outs to them, congratulations to them. We know it's going to take a minute for us to build our own following, build our own fan base. And, we just learned the tricks of the trade and we doing what we want to do and we doing it at the pace we want to do it. We're going to give y'all as many shows as we can. We do our busy lives and we do our girlfriends that be tripping. And, Mike got one on the way. Shout out to him. Claps to him. All love to Mike. Congratulations to him and his wifey. So we're going to fit it in when we can. We overindulge and we have fun the first few days. And, it can cause a lot of pressure, tension, and attitude on your relationship. It can cause some stress. So it's like, you got to learn to balance certain things. So we just learning, having fun and everything. But we can't wait. We excited. We know we bring to the table. We know what we can do. More of what you're going to hear is, us being honest about a lot of things we went through, a lot of things we dealt with, how we deal with things, why we are who we are. We open books. You're going to hear about a lot of mistakes. We're all rugged. You hear how we talk, that's how we talk. We ain't for everybody, and we understand that. And we ain't tripping. We know we not everybody flavor, and everybody not going to be in the pit with us. Can't Get Right is a podcast for the people that want to say what they want to say, talk that shit, walk that walk. If they want to come in here, can't get right. You want to have a dog walk in here, you got a different perspective. You do things differently. You play the game differently. Come in the pit and let's talk about it. Let's do what we do. This is one of them shows. This is what we do out here. We're not playing around. We have real rugged conversations. People like, all they talk about is this. That's what we talk about in our daily lives with people. And that's a lot of the conversations and questions we get asked about. And a lot of times in life, people suppress a lot of things and hold a lot of shit in because they scared to be honest and they worried about what everybody gonna say and judging them. And we not them people. We not worried about being judged. We understand what comes with the game. We know what's gonna happen. And we not saying we perfect and we know it all. And we have fun and we take it to the edge sometimes because where we from, you play a certain way, you try to go for the gusto. So we play for keeps. We don't just be
and through all that we done did, we here.
We here. Survive. So you'll hear more about it when the show begins next week or sometime. Y'all stay tuned. More or less, we just going to be giving y'all them funky topics and a lot of sauce and a lot of game. You know what I mean? So how you been spending your time during the pandemic, man? What you been up to, G?
Shit, just staying in the crib. You know what I'm saying? I go out if I got to, if I got to get, like, food or, anything of that nature. But really just staying in the crib and, staying out the way. Trying to, avoid this corona shit. Because I got asthma and I ain't got time to be dying and all that type of poor, goofy shit. So,
exactly.
I'm just trying to do that, stay out the way.
Exactly. We got certain health conditions and things that, we don't, we don't want to have to deal with. You're supposed to just be vibing, man. You either got a little crispy polo on, a little graphic tee on. It's a little too hot for like any outerwear. Or you might be able to pull a jean jacket off of your skin. You got a little sausage on. It's some heat out there.
Cold. It's okay, so outerwear game on still. It's like the sun out, but it still got a breeze where you'll get fucked up if you outside thinking shit sweet. So
exactly,
don't get it fucked up.
Don't get it twisted out here still. Exactly, you gotta have something brand new, whites out the box. I see you, Lola. Always, Uptown Cocaine's always official. Them never going wrong.
Damn, this was just going on. Yeah, I definitely had to get my I gotta get my my Apple Music back popping because you can just jig off the Apple Music.
Oh no, cocaine's never go out.
Niggas doing all that poor ass shit, like playing it off their laptops and shit. Like you can just play it off the phone. Exactly. Niggas don't have no niggas didn't have no subscription, so that's probably why they was, you know what I'm saying, doing it like that.
Exactly. I don't know. I always keep a pair of cocaines, but you can only wear cocaines probably like 3 to 5 times. And them motherfuckers only decreasing. Your foot is and how your movements is. Yeah. You can't pull them out all the time. You remember people pull them out all the time and they start to be bent up. They start to look like a minivan and shit. Some people shit touching the cement. Remember them bang bangs that used to, people would get to them bitches to bust open and flop over those?
You can always tell them was though, because they was like, they would always curl up in the front.
Curl up.
You could tell.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, we had a cousin who used to buy something every week. He was a little hustler or whatever, but he used to buy a pair every week, and then he had a whole bunch of one time, and then one of our cousins came and wiped him off and gave him to his hood or something crazy. So yeah, like goofy shit like that. But yeah, not off-whites, but cocaine's ain't never going nowhere. Always keep your pair, buy a few throughout the summer for sure. I mean, right now I was just in the infrared 6s yesterday. What was you in yesterday?
I've been wearing them Biotech Airmaxes all day, every day, because I got them.
Okay. Oh yeah, with a polo. Yeah, polo is hot. We used to be the polo heads.
We killed. Yeah, I was gonna say
we killed polo. Rugby polo, sport polo, low life type polo, polo jackets, polo underwear, polo socks, buckets, dad hats. We was polo crazy.
For real.
Big horses, small horses. Bears. Only thing probably we just like sweaters and you know what I mean, and I always wanted a snow beach, but they don't be selling them. But also at the time I wasn't paying $400 for no sweater.
And then once the USPA shit dropped, that killed the game.
Man, that killed polo.
That I ain't even want to fuck with it no more after that.
Oh yeah, Lola, it was a polo war where we was at. When polo got hot, it was ridiculous. Polo was crazy. I went to school in Detroit, and Detroit is like ghetto fashion mecca too at the time, so I was able to see that palette and just see what was going on out there, and mix it with my own style. I already had my own mind and seen rappers like Kanye and them, so you know what I mean. My niggas was already really wearing it too. A couple of them was stealing out of Macy's or whatever, so I seen a big horse and all that. My nigga Mac had one or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the time I was about 18, 19, that was all it was, polo. And then I was like one of the, Kanye definitely an influencer. Somebody was hating and saying polo been around. Yes, polo was around, but polo was not as significant to our generation, is what I was saying. Yes, to your generation, it was known, it was still hot or whatever, but it had died for a period. It was other shit, and then Kanye brought it back for a new decade, a new era. So that's all I was saying. But polo, we just started getting crazy. And then as you see, people started to follow because people weren't really wearing polo. And then I was like one of the first niggas really wearing Lacoste. You know what I mean? And after that, like, I was always a big Gator fan. And I had a long sleeve Where's Waldo stripe one. You know what I mean? So we always been heavy into a North Face. You know, we was wearing North Face and people was like, why y'all wearing that white people shit? You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Style and clothes and fashion and everything always been a part of our aesthetic, and just a part of it as long as we can obtain it and do what we want to do. You know what I mean? We was always on the way. We was always doing us, you know what I mean? We was always, you know what I mean, whatever we like. But it was other shit. People did Paris, people did Coogee real hard. People did a lot of different shit hard. We didn't do all that though. We was Nike. You know what I mean? We fuck with certain shit. We Macy's heads, Dillard's heads.
Oh, I thought she's still looking around. I know she was.
So yeah, we wasn't really fucking with certain shit. Like Ed Hardy, I really didn't jump on that wave. I think I had maybe an Ed Hardy shirt or pants, but I really went on that wave. Hardy. It's certain waves you just be on, and all depending on where your money at. Our money was cool then too. It was cool being young and having some little money and running around and spending it on clothes. Like where we from, to get Air Jordans, you used to have to be in line at 2 a.m. and like stand in a line and wait till the mall open at 10. Like this how serious it is where we from. Motherfuckers stand outside.
And that's just if you want trying to be no dick sucking ass nigga or pay some dollars extra or some lame shit. So
exactly, same there. It's the same where we from. So it's like The shit's so serious. Like anything that's hype beast is crazy.
Hey, load of that Ed Hardy shit never crossed us. That shit was dead from the jump.
Yeah, that was really never it.
That was over the top, bro. That was
for light skinned niggas that had S curls. I ain't gonna lie to you. Wore chains in their pocket. That was never really for the dark skinned niggas. Yeah, that wasn't for us. That was for them niggas. Or them wanna be pretty boy ass niggas. Like your little like half a fat nigga that wanna be like a cool pretty boy nigga. He ain't no sport nigga, but he wore Ed Hardy and shit.
Yeah.
So you had them type of niggas. Like, you know what I mean? But it had its run, wasn't my thing. Like I said, you had remember that Gino Green Global and all that type of shit, and you had a lot of little street brands that was hot at the time, 87 or whatever Jeezy had.
And she
like it was other shit going on too. Man, I'm saying Ed Hardy had his time. Yeah, white boys definitely was off the Ed Hardy. A lot of shit come from the white people though, and like niggas start.
Because you gotta even think and it
translated. True Religion, all that shit.
Revival shit is like
that's a white person. That's a cowboy gene. Yeah,
like as far
and that's a cowboy gene. They all like cowboy.
Just think of what True Religion was before niggas got on it. It was some shit like that. Like
exactly.
That's a horseshoe. That shit is. So it's like
that's a cowboy gene. You know what I'm saying? All them genes come from, white. You like Japanese denim. You know what I mean? That's not for us. Our shit was always the big baggy shit, the FUBU, the Karl Kani, the cross colors. You know what I mean? Sean John Rockaware. That was our shit.
Cash.
Nietzsche. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You get to talking about the street brands like that. That's why our shit was all big. Averax. Our shit was all big. If you notice, that's why I didn't survive with the times. Them other brands was able to keep, like Supreme was able to be a hidden jewel because it stayed cool to the core audience.
And it kept Mystique.
Skateboarders. And it kept Mystique in it. And the sizes changed. With everything else, it stayed the same. Rockaware, all that shit. Before it was dead before it could really transform into what was now the new fit. Now your clothes gotta be fitted.
You got a lot of old niggas that said they'd never wear fitted jeans. Now they done got into it because they don't even look right no more because there's so many people that don't got that shit no more.
Yeah.
If you see a motherfucker with some big ass clothes on, you like this somebody 58-year-old ass dad or something that just coming out to go to Walmart or you know what I'm saying? If you dressing like that, then you on some nut shit. Like you gotta get with the times, bro. Or you gonna be fucked up out here, bro.
Jeans. Yeah, you can't.
I don't care if you're a woman, a man. You gotta change with the times. You don't gotta dress how people dressing, but you gotta find.
Yep, you gotta find the fit.
Are you gonna be fucked up out here, man?
Yeah, you're gonna be fucked up out here if you don't. You gotta make sure your pants is we not saying tight, but make sure they just tailored, fitted. You can't have no big baggy ass pants on, man.
Look clean. It's all about looking clean now.
Yeah.
If your pants too big, you're gonna have a big ass bulge at the bottom of your pants where your shoes, where you can see your shoes at, but you can't see them because your fucking jeans is hanging over. Like that shit look poor as hell.
And stop wearing them boot cut jeans. Them boot cut jeans is over with. Shit.
Like any female see a nigga with some big ass jeans and it's hanging all over the shoe, they gonna be like, he ain't he's something wrong with him.
You ain't gonna get
that shit don't look right.
Man, you ain't gonna get no pussy with size 44 jeans on you. You supposed to be wearing a size 36. I'm just telling you that now. Ain't no, but yeah, you gotta have like you gotta have it ain't even gotta be super tight. It just gotta be fit. It can have a little room, but it just can't be super big and sloppy and you putting cuffs and creases in your shit. Like that's just not acceptable anymore in mainstream fashion and just what's going on. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Don't never get me wrong. But I'm just saying.